once two sisters. The older sister walked ahead of the younger one, so the younger one always knew where to go.
How are you doing? Because your grandma and I have been a little worried about you.
My sister is dead. There's no more music in me. No more dreams in me.
I've lost the one person on Earth who understood me.
How is school? Bad as expected?
There's a new boy in honor band.
You watch your characters go through this unfortunate roller coaster that is grief. And I imagine that, there may be something cathartic about being able to play that out on screen. Was there anything that you each learned about yourself having to go through these emotions for these roles? Because those were definitely parts of the film that really struck me.
I think what sort of hits me is like when you're grieving, it's not like you're always bawling. I mean, certain people mourn that way where it's really, they're just always like a crying wreck. But for the most part, it's not like that. And people like go through their day-to-day lives. They do mundane things like go grocery shopping or, interact with the mailman or whatever. And yeah, I was like, well, what's the quality there in those small interactions?
I think I just learned that there's no really right way to process loss. I think it really is just different for everybody. And I guess it kind of made me, having to live through Lenny's experience, it made me kind of question, what feeling grief would entail for me personally, when inevitably I do experience that, because it is inevitable for everybody, which is just, it's heartbreaking. But it's the truth. So I think it just led to me asking myself more questions and just feeling so open to, feeling so many things so deeply, like the deepest you can go. I feel like we're all kind of vessels for emotions, and I feel like we're not really living if we're not like tapping into those at some point.
I love that answer. Jacques, I have to say it, and no disrespect to Pico, but when the two of you came on screen together, there was just this light that just, that I could feel coming off when the two of you were on screen together. Can you talk to me? Can you talk to me about, getting to know each other for this project?
Yeah, we had the best meet cute at the very beginning, because we were driving up to Humboldt all together, right? But separate but together at the same time. And I remembered at one point on the stretch of like the highway that goes through all the redwood forests and things, I looked over and this like blue Prius pulled up on me, and there was this like white guy signaling over like over at me in the car, and I was like, all right, word, I'm making my way up to Humboldt. I hope this ain't it. Like, and he like signals over to his left at the driver, and there's Grace driving up with her dad. And we were just cracking up, having the best time. Like, I rolled down the windows and I was like, yo, driving hard, am I right? It's a long trip. How about this pandemic? Okay, see ya.
Crafting a process like this for this type of world, that finds beauty within the tragedy, was it exciting? Was it daunting? Tell me all of it. I'd love to know.
Yeah. It was interesting. We shot at a really strange moment. We were about 5 or 6 months into the pandemic, and we shot it during the California wildfires in Northern California. So it was a very challenging moment to make a movie, but also made it that much more precious. I think all of us had been isolated in our homes for months leading up to this, and hoping the movie would get greenlit, but who knew? And then to be together on set telling this profound story about such a tender moment of life. You know, it's a coming of age story with all the normal coming of age of romance and does he like me, but also at the core to be dealing with the loss of a sister was really alive to us. So we felt so blessed that we got to be there together making such an important story.
The Sky is Everywhere is streaming on Apple TV Plus now.
What's going on with you two?
Grief and love. I don't think we get one without the other.
With Joe, I feel so very alive. But when I'm with Toby, there is someone with me in my grief. I want to live like my sister did, with daring and spirit and so much joy.